I don't really think nobody fucking with me anyway, you know what I'm saying? 24 fucking hundred. I come from that fucking block. I been out that Johnny, up and up that cutter. If we cannot get. Welcome back. We're back with another reaction video. Today we're reacting to a Red Tree Stories video. What the title be? Valerie realizes she can't just murder her son's girlfriend. What the what? Why? Bro, let's just jump into this. Because what the she talking about? Valerie? It's wild.
On October 1st, 2020, 25-year-old Whitney Hostler went missing. Whitney, her 2-year-old daughter, and her boyfriend Randy Ryder had been living with Randy's parents, Valerie and Rodney Ryder, for almost 2 years. Randy was the first to contact police and tell them that his girlfriend had gone missing. Their child was still at home being cared for by Randy's parents. After receiving the call, the police went to the Ryder home to conduct initial interviews. When they arrived, they noticed trash bags wrapped in duct tape in the back of Rodney's truck. A closer look revealed a large amount of blonde hair stuck to some of the duct tape. They also noticed a 2-wheel dolly and some green gloves covered in dirt. Rodney and his wife Valerie told the police that they had been cleaning and that a member of their family had a medical issue that caused her hair to shed. When they were asked when was the last time they saw Whitney, they claimed she left with an unknown male after getting into an argument with them. The police thought it was strange that Whitney left her daughter behind and was not answering any phone calls. Whitney's boyfriend Randy and his parents Rodney and Valerie agreed to come down to the police department for an interview. Randy is first. He explains that the last time he saw Whitney, she had found out he got another woman pregnant and she was planning on taking her baby and leaving.
I had heard Whitney, I was in the living room, and I heard Whitney in my room in the very back, like answer the phone and say, telling Erin, because she was trying to keep her in the room, and saying like, we won't ever see her, and that she was taking me to court for child support and all that, just, you know, ranting on. And
so you just heard her talking on the phone?
Yeah, like she said that they were leaving, and I wasn't trying to cause this problem, so I was just going to let them go.
So when you heard her on the phone, it sounded like she was talking to the baby?
Yeah, because she was trying to keep her in the room with her, away from all of us, just trying to be spiteful. Like she purposely yelled out, we're going to Uncle Elgin's, so that I would hear, to know that they were leaving. Because Eliza's pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So I told her, you know, as soon as Whitney finds out, they're going to leave. And she's been trying to get a Section 8 housing in Xenia.
Whitney has?
Yes.
Okay,
she's been working on this for like 6 months. And so I guess what Elgin just told me before we came here was that he thought she was supposed to move into it tomorrow. And he was giving her all of his old furniture and stuff. I had told my mom, I was like, I'm pretty sure they're leaving, is what I said. And she said, when? And I said, like, now, basically, like, here in a little bit.
Okay.
I said, Elgin's going to come get them and take them to her mom's. And my mom just, okay, got off the phone with whoever she was talking to about the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
She went back there to talk to her like, you know, they usually would, because Whitney listens to them.
Something's off.
Basically arguing and saying that Whitney's saying that she hates our family and that we're disgusting and that we're not a family and that she doesn't want Erin around us. Knowing that my parents have done everything they can for her, and I've done everything I can for her, and it's never been good enough for the last 10 years.
So Dad's upset with you. Would you say that he was desperate to keep Whitney from
you? For the last 10 years, brother, why would you put up with
that? That's basically what those other little conversations before work was. He'd pour his heart out, make her feel bad for him, and she would. And because she knew, like, if she took her away, that would probably kill my dad. So
what happened after Dad told you this?
After that, though.
You didn't see Whitney after that?
I've never seen Whitney. I have not seen her since they walked back there. But
what did you do after that?
Well, I was in the living room because Whitney had actually come out of the room with Erin. Mm-hmm. My mom told her that she needed to talk to her. I heard that.
So you saw her come out of the room?
And she allowed Erin to come into the living room with me while they talked. But all I could hear for about 5 minutes at least was the screaming and yelling in the room, like, and some crying and stuff, but like it was more like getting worked up. Crying, so, like fighting around.
So they talked some more in the hallway or in the kitchen?
In the room.
Okay, so she went back into the room?
And like I said, it was like they were just going back and forth. My mom trying to calm her down, telling her why she should stay and why she shouldn't leave because of what could happen to my dad. I know that's how it went.
Whitney in the bedroom with Mom talking. What happened after that?
That's where it got a little different. It's because
it got what?
It got different.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
Because me and my dad just went from arguing, like I've seen my dad flip before, like change his attitude, but he went from angry with me to about 5 minutes of being gone. He came back out. The first thing he did, I was sitting on the floor with Erin just talking to her, And he grabbed me by my wrist, he pulled me up, he said, you need to go home now. He's like, you need to go now. And I'm like, why? What's going on? You guys just can't tell me. He said, you just need to fucking dress me. He's like, you just need to go now. By this time, he probably got me all the way up to the door to get my shoes on. And I barely got my shoes on. And he was so panicked, he just kept repeating himself. And then my mom come out, and I kept trying to go back to see what was going on, because there's the way they switched their attitudes. My dad went really angry at me, really concerned. Not really concerned for me, but he looked like he just walked in and seen something that he probably never thought he'd ever seen, which is what initially worried me that something happened to her. And my dad was still freaking out, standing right next to her, freaking out, telling me like I had to leave. Like I need, literally word for word, told me, you need to leave for a few days and make sure everyone knows where you're at. In my head, I took it as I needed like an alibi or something. It was like I knew he had seen something or something had happened. But when he said I didn't do anything, I believed him.
Did you guys, did you ever go back to the bedroom, or what did you do?
They pushed me out of the house. I literally got pushed out of the front door. The door was shut and locked behind me.
Whitney's parents were retired, and they had become very attached to Whitney's new baby. The couple spent every waking moment caring for the baby, because Whitney was going through postpartum depression. When Whitney found out her child's father had cheated on her, she told them she was moving out. Valerie and Rodney did not want to see their granddaughter go, so they went into Whitney's room to try and convince her to stay. Randy claims that he heard yelling, and then his father came out of the room and demanded he leave their home. Randy did as he was told, but after failing to reach Whitney for several hours, he called the police. After interviewing Randy, the detective decided his father, Rodney, was next.
And then I got a defibrillator in my chest right here that the 2-year-old likes to push on.
At least Randy called the police.
Kind of been through the ringer.
Facts.
A little bit.
Parents are not. Y'all wild.
2-year-olds do things like that. She loves me to death. I love her to death. Her mommy and daddy fighting and arguing all the time. I'm just trying to keep her from a can.
So you went to the bathroom, used the restroom?
Yeah, I could hear my wife and Whitney talking. They went in the bedroom talking. And I come out, went in the living room where Randy was with the baby. I'm not gonna lie to you, I told him we got into it, we wound up nose to nose, and I told him if anything happened to that 2-year-old little girl over this, that I was gonna put a bullet in his head.
Nigga, your dad said that?
So what happened then?
Boy, I would have punched that nigga in the
That's
defibrillator.
just straight bad.
Don't
It's like
play with
always
me.
stick up for me, whatever, or something. Randy, I've never been able to do anything good enough for Randy, even though I've done everything I can for him.
So what happened then?
My wife come in and told me to come in there. I went in there and her and Whitney were in the bedroom. She had Whitney calm down. Whitney said, you need to make Randy leave so I can decide what I'm gonna do, whether I'm gonna take the baby and leave now or not or whatever. So I went in and told him, get your shoes on, get out of here. Don't come back for a couple of days. You've got your other girlfriend and everything. I told him and her both when the baby was only 6, 8 months old and they were fighting, and she talked about leaving then. I told her, you don't have to be with my son to stay here. This is my granddaughter as much as it is your daughter. You can stay here and he can sleep out on the couch or something if he needs a place to sleep. Other than that, he can move and go anywhere he wants.
What happened after that?
I played with the baby for a little bit. She started fussing, wanting my wife. And then I got her to lay down and take a nap. We laid down and went back to sleep.
Do you remember about what time that was?
11:30.
So when did you wake up?
2 o'clock. Got up and changed the baby's diaper.
Where was Whitney then? Was she still in the bedroom or something else?
She was gone.
Do you know where she went?
My wife said somebody in the car picked her up.
Who told you that?
A liar. Crazy word,
Rodney
crazy
claims that Whitney told him she wouldn't leave if he kicked Randy out of his house. Rodney told Randy to leave and then took a nap with the baby. When he woke up, his wife told him Whitney left alone with an unknown male.
Yeah, I think you're probably a big-hearted grandpa that loves that little girl more than life itself. And I think
With everything that I've had to deal with my doctors putting me on disability and everything, that little girl has been a godsend for me sometimes.
I believe you honestly would do anything in your power to protect her. You know, Rodney, I think you know in your heart you're a good man, and I think you want to do the right thing, and I think you want to protect that little granddaughter of yours more than life itself because she means the world to you, and I get that. I understand that. I mean, she rejuvenated you when you were in a pretty low time, and I think that as a father, as a grandfather, not only for all just your other grandkids, but you know, Erin right now because she's kind of in a vulnerable position with what could be going on, and you want to make sure she's safeguarded. I think that sometimes good people have things that aren't so good happen, and they don't mean for them to happen that way. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
And I think you know what happened to Whitney. In fact, I think when you woke up, I think you knew where Whitney was. What happened to Whitney?
I don't know.
What Rodney doesn't know is that Whitney's body was found just off a main road, a few towns over. It appeared that Whitney had died from strangulation, and someone had placed a garbage bag over her head and dumped her body down a hill. The detective will now show Rodney pictures of Whitney's body, hoping it will get him to confess.
That strangulation. I don't know if the wife was strong enough to do that.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't think anybody knows
Get your
this
hand
happened.
off my shoulder.
Would I be right when I said that? Did things get out of control?
I don't know. Apparently, got out of control with somebody.
Do you see those marks?
I wish it went in black and white so I could see
Those
the
are
visual
hand marks,
tears in my head.
And with those hand marks comes DNA. And underneath fingernails comes DNA. And off clothing comes DNA. Was this an accident, or was it something that was intentional?
Skin cells.
Because I think maybe things got out of hand.
Who done it?
I think you know who did it.
No, I don't. I swear.
He said
I didn't do
Rodney
it.
did it.
I swear I have never laid a hand on her.
Did Valerie do it?
I don't know.
Okay, when you were in there with Valerie,
Brother, do the
and Valerie
math.
was in there, and she called you in. Did Valerie do this?
I didn't do anything to Whitney.
You didn't touch Whitney?
I didn't touch Whitney. If you got my DNA
Did you,
wrong.
did you kill Whitney?
No, sir, I did
You
not
helped
do
move the
it.
body.
Did you help
That's
someone
what I
move
would-
Whitney after she
Not
died?
that,
Sir, I
two
did
states
not.
over, two
Honestly,
towns over.
Rodney? Sir, I think you do know. I think you do know. I think you know in your heart, and I think you know that I know. And like I said, I don't think you're a bad man. I don't. I think you got a lot of love in your heart. And I think that things got out of control yesterday. And I think that emotions were high, and however that happened, it happened before you knew it. And it's not what you intended to happen.
And if I tell you that my wife did do this and I helped her and everything, what do you think's gonna happen to that little girl?
See?
Is that what happened?
It's the
Because I
little
can't
girl's
see you
gonna
saying
grow
that
up.
unless that's what happened.
Still her father.
Randy did not do this.
Yeah, Randy. No.
Rodney Jr. did not do this.
No, my sons didn't do this.
You and your wife did this, or your wife did this, and you helped her take Whitney
Either or.
out off Kaiser Lake Road and put her down by the lake. That's what happened, isn't it?
Yes,
Who strangled Whitney?
My wife.
my wife.
Oh, hell.
Did you see this happening?
Brother,
No.
stop her.
What did she say when you came in and you found Whitney?
I don't know.
Rodney, we know. We know what happened. And thank you for being honest.
I don't remember what she said.
What did you say to Valerie when you walked in and saw
No,
Whitney?
no.
Oh, that's what you said? It was no.
Yeah, no.
So then,
No.
so then what did you do? What did you and Valerie do with Whitney at that point?
Valerie put her in a trash bag.
Did you put her in a trash bag?
Valerie put her in a trash bag.
Okay.
Hey, he just charged you, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
Did you guys use duct
Hey,
tape?
put her in the trash bag.
Yeah,
No,
she
nigga,
did.
I didn't say that shit.
And then what did you do? What did you two do? After you stuck her in the green duffel bag, what did you do?
She drove her down the hall to the back door. I pulled the truck around to the back of the house, put the tailgate down, and put her in the bed of the truck.
Okay, and then where did you go?
All over the place.
Did you drive all over the place with Whitney in the bed of the truck?
So did you actually drive her down to Buck Creek to C.J. Brown Reservoir and look for a spot there?
Yeah.
Couldn't find anything that you liked there or that Valerie liked there?
Couldn't find any place secluded. Every time we try and do something, somebody come around the corner in a car.
Okay.
Did you guys drag her out of the
Yeah,
bed of
that's
the truck
paranoia,
and
brother.
across, there was some logs there? Was she face down when you pulled her out?
I don't know, honestly.
Or did you pull her out or did Val pull her out?
Valerie pulled her out.
Who took her down to the bottom of the hill?
Valerie,
And what were you doing as you drug her down to the bottom of the hill?
sitting in the truck, yelling at her to come on because we spent too much time there. I don't lie very well. I don't like to lie. I try to lie. At that point in time, I wanted to go in the house with beautiful blue-eyed, blonde-haired, 2-year-old little girl that thinks the world of me and lay down and cuddle up with her and go to sleep.
Yeah, she a 2-year-old. Why would you put up with emotional abuse for 10 years?
Rodney explains that his wife was arguing with Whitney in her room, trying to get her to stay. Rodney waited until the yelling stopped, then entered the room. Inside, he found Whitney's body lying on her bed and his wife pacing the floor. Rodney claims that he helped Valerie dispose of the body because his only goal was to protect his granddaughter. With this new information, the detectives interview Valerie next to see if they can get her to confess as well.
I was trying to calm her down so that she would stay and talk to us and everything.
So
because whatever he's doing, that...
You had Rodney come into the room. Why'd you have Rodney come in?
Because I was telling him she wanted Randy to leave.
Okay.
She was willing to calm down, she was willing to talk to us and everything, especially about the baby and stuff, but she wanted Randy to leave.
So you're in the room,
I don't
and
care,
you say you call Rodney in there.
Yeah.
And what did you tell him?
I told him that she, willing to talk, she's willing to stay and finish her packing and everything, as long as he leaves.
So you're in a bad mood, you're mad, you're telling Randy to get the hell out, it's causing a problem.
Yeah.
Did he go?
Yeah, he got his uniform or whatever, and
What happened after that?
she was in the bedroom, I went back in, told her that he had left, because I even went down and checked. I stepped down into the living room, and the car was gone.
So after that, what additional contact did you have with Whitney?
She was going back and forth from the room into the kitchen, and I think I went to the bathroom, and what was she doing?
She about to
She
make
was
some
sitting there on her phone again.
Where?
On the bed. She was sitting on
So
her...
she's back in her bedroom?
Yeah, she went back in the bedroom, and she was sitting there on her phone again. And she's sitting there, and I just come out of the bathroom, and she's like, I do not freaking believe him. I was like, that sentence is said so many times when it pertains to Randy.
What was it about?
I don't know. I think she was on Facebook or something, because she didn't even say anything to me.
Everything Valerie is telling the detective is a lie, but he lets her continue digging her own grave. Eventually, the detective decides it's time to confront her and tell her he knows the truth.
I was in the...
Here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Stop stringing me along in this.
I'm a straight arrow, he'll tell you that. I'm not much of a bullshitter, so I'm gonna be straight with you.
You know.
I know, you're here for a reason tonight.
Yeah.
It isn't just a whim that we decide to drag you out of bed, okay? Our guys are there doing a search warrant at your house right now.
Right.
Okay? I know that she didn't get in a car and the end of your driveway. You look at me, yeah.
Yeah, we know she wasn't picked up by a rickety car. What happened with you, Valerie?
She did.
No.
My God.
Valerie, there are bad people in this world, and then there are good people in this world. That sometimes things get out of control, and bad things happen. Not intentionally, not by any prior.
I don't know about that. Like, I don't believe in that shit. I feel like, nigga, it's just people in this world. Some good, not some good or some evil. Nigga, we all have the same capabilities. Like, we could all be evil. We could all be good. Some motherfuckers just tend to choose the evil side instead of the good side. Me, I'm more neutral. Nigga, I'm cooling. Like, I don't have to go venture into negativity or the positivity. Nigga, I'm in the middle.
Calculation, but sometimes things just get out of hand.
Here's the thing. I know she didn't get in a burgundy car or a maroon car in your driveway, or at the end of your driveway. I'm telling you. I'm a straight shooter. I'm not going to bullshit you. It didn't happen.
What happened with you, Valerie?
I do not know.
We didn't just talk to you. We've also talked to your husband. What happened to Whitney?
It's lagging like a motherfucker. Boy.
We know what happened to Whitney. Do you see these marks? Those are fingerprints. Do you know what we can get from fingerprints? First of all, we can take fingerprints off human skin. And we're working on that right now. We can get DNA off human skin and off clothing.
That is not her.
I know, that is her. That is her.
That's not her like that.
That is Whitney. That is Whitney.
Whitney's laying dead at the bottom of a goddamn ravine.
What happened to Whitney? Do you think that I spent my entire day sitting there with my thumb in my ass?
Maybe I
tracking every spot where you said you were at, checking for cameras, looking at cameras. I'm not stupid. Don't treat me like I'm stupid.
I would never treat you like you smart, so
it's time to tell the truth.
I think we know what happened.
It's serious.
We know where it happened. What we're trying to understand, Valerie, is the why. Why did it happen? Will you please tell me why it happened? I want to understand what
No,
you're saying.
what did you say?
I said if it wasn't unintentional, was it on purpose?
No. No.
Was it an accident?
How do you accidentally choke the life out
Okay,
of
how did
somebody?
the accident happen?
She pushed me, she shoved me back into the door because I asked her to leave the baby with us.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had her 24/7
We understand.
for 2.5
Yeah,
years.
we understand that.
She said no. She
That's
said,
cool. I'm gonna tell you right now. Anytime I ever put my hands around somebody's neck, I was trying to hurt them. So I don't know what she's talking about. I don't know what she's talking about. And I'm not talking about in the no, like not like nigga. Like if I was trying to choke you out, nigga, I was trying to take you out of there. I don't know what are we? Like what? Like brother, if someone ever puts their hands around your neck and it's not like a sexual thing, nigga, I'm trying to get you out of there. I don't know what to tell you. Huh? I don't accidentally put my hands around your neck trying to choke slam your ass like I'm the Big Show in this motherfucker. Like maybe if you was wrestling, maybe accidentally, maybe. But nah, nigga, even then, bro, you should know like a certain amount of strength you gonna apply, bro. Like if you try to, nigga can't breathe, you gonna feel that.
she's taking her. Yeah, she did. She said we weren't going to see her anymore, especially since Randy got the other one pregnant.
Right.
She
Hey,
shoved me into the
Randy was
door.
slinging that
She hit me
Randy
because
Johnson.
I kept telling her. We have been taking care of her. She doesn't like to go anywhere else. She just kept screaming. She didn't care. She was hers. She wasn't giving her up. She hasn't taken care of her at all. I mean,
So, you're upset?
I'll take responsibility. It was me.
Well, we
I mean,
know that.
I mean,
But
shorty, we been
explain
mad.
what happened.
What the hell you talking about?
She shoved you back.
She had the stuff. She was packing the stuff and everything, and she tried to get out. She was going for the baby. She said she was going to get the baby.
Did you grab her from the front or from the rear? How did
I
you?
don't remember my hands.
She struggled with you?
Yeah, because I had let go of her at one time, and then that's when she started screaming that she was going to call the police, that, you know, she was going to take her, we were never going to see her again, and all this shit.
So then what
And
happened?
I put my arm around her, and it went up, because she moved, and she tried to get me off and everything. And that was, I mean, I must have squeezed too hard or something, because I heard her, I don't know, it wasn't a gag or cough or whatever. It was just like a, I don't even know.
Also,
It wasn't what would you consider a natural sound, right?
Yeah, it was like almost like a growl or
like a
something.
dying groan.
So how long did you hold her this way? 2 minutes, 3
Another
minutes?
3-5
No.
minutes.
No,
I ain't gonna lie.
probably about a minute, if that. And that's when I realized
You realize what?
that she was not breathing.
So what did you do then? Did you check for pulse, administer aid?
Oh, hold on, no. First and foremost, you broke off. When y'all broke off, I assume that's when the husband heard the screaming, right? Why did you not come to your senses then? Like, oh, I was about to catch a body. I need to separate myself. You proceed to say, yeah, I'm just gonna take you out of the game since you was gonna call the police anyway. I'm not gonna lie, someone else is gonna call the police regardless. People just don't go missing, gang. Like, I don't know what to tell you. What the f are you talking about? That's when I realized, oh yeah. Yeah, after you choked her for another minute, after already choking her previously, and she broke out of it. Damn. Rest in peace, Whitney. But also, if you would have just hit this with a brick, if it was like some weapon, bro, oh God, I'm not screaming about nothing. She just tried to choke me, hitting this with a book. Hard copy, you hear me?
I was sitting there shaking at first because I was freaking out, and
Where's Rodney Sr. during this time?
he was in the bedroom with the baby.
Asleep or awake?
I think he was asleep, and I went and woke him up.
So she's in the bedroom
Yeah,
and you went and woke him up.
because I tried like shaking her and everything, and
Did you call 911 and ask
No,
for
why
help?
would I do that?
I was freaking out. I had grabbed her. I did that. So
Still
At what
calling
point
the
did you put the
police.
plastic bag
Don't
over her
care.
and secure it with the duct tape?
Valerie explains how she wrapped the body in trash bags and duct tape while her husband and granddaughter were sleeping in the other room. The detectives want to make sure that her husband was not involved in the murder itself, so they ask Valerie about his reaction.
We know you went in and woke up Rodney. What was his reaction?
he He was freaked. He actually almost passed out.
What did he say when he saw it?
He's like, what did you do? What happened?
What did you tell him?
I told him. I said she started screaming at me, tried to.
Too many inconsistencies for me. Like, your husband said, he said, no. Yeah, sounds like he's culpable. Give him a smooth dub like KD in the first half. Like, what the f are you talking about? What is he saying? I said, no. She said, you said, what did you do? He said that.
Get past me. She was going for the baby. She was leaving.
She lying.
Did Rodney check her for signs of life?
Why would I do that?
Did he check her for a pulse or anything?
Why would I do that?
Did you remember?
I'm not putting my hands on the body that she took.
Right. How did you get her out of the bedroom?
I drug her out.
Okay.
Did you put her in something?
I put her in the bag.
What
The green bag.
Okay. And then what?
Had him pull the truck around
Around.
to the back
Okay.
so that I could put it.
How'd you get her into the back?
I picked her up.
You did? How much does she weigh?
100 pounds.
So you picked her up, put her
Oh,
in the
she
back?
dummy like
Still in the duffel bag or the bag?
100 pounds. Ish.
Was this your idea or was it his idea to move the
No,
body?
it was mine. It was mine.
So
He was
what time?
out of it.
So whose idea was it to dump her down the ravine?
Mine.
How did you get her out of the back? Did Rodney help you do that?
I just pulled her out. I went down.
So you shove her over into the ravine. How far did she go?
So what did Randy do?
Maybe
Drive?
halfway.
Rodney, my bad.
So you climbed down there?
I had to go down.
That's a hell of a steep ravine. Did you have any trouble getting down there?
Down, no, up. Yeah, it was my fault. I should have stayed away from her because
You told who?
running.
It was your fault. You should have stayed away from her or what?
I told him I was sorry.
For sure.
I mean, basically, it's like she is our grandchild, but when you've been taking care of her literally since she was born, it's like someone taking your child away.
Despite
But you
confessing
took
to the
her mother
murder,
away. You
Valerie
see
would later
where-
claim in court that her
Did she
son
confront
Randy
that?
was the one who killed Whitney. Randy was given a lie detector test, which he easily passed. In the end, Valerie was found guilty of murder, felonious assault, and tampering with evidence. She was sentenced to 21 years to life in prison. Her husband Rodney pled guilty to obstructing justice and tampering with evidence,
About
and he
2 years.
received a 3-year sentence. Rodney was released from prison on March 28, 2023. What are your thoughts on this case? Should Rodney and Valerie have been given more or less time? Please share your
Well, Rodney got a pacemaker or a defibrillator in his chest, whatever the nigga said. So I don't know how much time Rodney got to live. Rodney didn't do that much. I would say normally I'd be like, oh, he could have stopped it, but nigga, if he was asleep, brother, what am I going to stop in my sleep? That being said, a little fishy. You ain't hear the screaming and say, oh no, they tripping. Let me go in there. I don't know, do some man shit, step up. Probably could have prevented it from happening, but I guess obstructing justice for sure, because the nigga was trying to pump fake. Brother, you trying to pump fake? Get him out of here. To the mother who took Whitney out of the game. Like, you realize even if she would have left, most likely there could have been something worked out where y'all could have seen the daughter, your granddaughter on the regular. Like as long as you don't burn the bridge that is the relationship with the mother of the child, you should be fine. So that made no sense to me. Then seemed like y'all were taking her side over Randy because Randy is a slut. So I don't see where the problem would have been with you just letting her leave, get her thoughts together, and then I don't know, try to see what's up with the baby afterwards, or see if she want to come back. I don't know, but it was way more ways to do something positive than what y'all was doing, right? So that being said, I don't know if she deserved 20. Wait, see how old is she? If she like 60, she might not make it in them 20 years. Therefore, yeah, sure. But if she's like 45, 50, should have gave her a 30 ball, the 40 ball. That's the end of the video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Share your thoughts on the video in the comment section below. Hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date when I drop videos on this channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, y'all.
Baby, slide by.
to my mausoleum. She got sushi